QBBC, or quarterback by committee, is not a strategy you want to be going after in every single fantasy football draft. But if you don't pull the trigger early and get a top 5 or top 10 quarterback, it's definitely a good idea to at least know which quarterbacks pair up well with other quarterbacks. What's going on, fantasy football fans? I'm your host, Hussein the Brain, and you're watching the couch. These are my quarterback pairings for 2019. For the best fantasy football waivers, draft tips, predictions, and resources, make sure you're subscribed to this YouTube channel and hit that bell icon so you won't miss anything. These are my top 5 quarterback pairings for this year of fantasy football. I left off some of the super elite quarterbacks because this strategy really doesn't apply to that. You just don't need to know who pairs up with guys like Andrew Luck or Aaron Rodgers or Patrick Mahomes. This one is my favorite pairing. It is also the most proven quarterback pair, the most reliable one, the one that's the safest, and the one with the highest floor. And that's going to be Drew Brees and Kirk Cousins. Cousins is a proven QB. He's always good, always solid. He's a safe quarterback to get. What's funny is, like, if you're in a 10-team league, you can probably get this guy in the last 3 or 4 rounds. Like, he goes undrafted in some leagues, and Drew Brees is being slept on a little bit. Sure, the Saints do run the ball a lot, they do milk the clock a lot, and they use the running back position a lot, but that doesn't mean that Drew Brees sucks. He could have a little bit of a limited ceiling, but who knows? I got him in my fantasy league. I hope they throw the ball a little bit more. Let's see what they can do. Drew Brees, instant Hall of Famer, legend, and hopefully he'll be in more shootouts this year. So when Drew Brees is on bye, this is what I love the most. Kirk Cousins plays Kansas City, and that game screams shootout to me. Even if Dalvin Cook is healthy and they're running the ball a lot, going up against KC, and just saying, like, if there's a 6-week Tyreek Hill suspension or something, Tyreek Hill would be back when it's week 9. That game screams Kirk Cousins throwing the ball a lot. I love that matchup. And there's about one game where I would consider benching Drew Brees. That's not a bye, of course, and that's at Chicago week 7. Thankfully, Kirk Cousins is playing the Lions. Doesn't scream shootout or anything like that, but still safe matchup. Lions are not really a good team, and I don't know what's going on with Matt Patricia and that team currently, but their defense is, let's just say, average at best. So Kirk Cousins should be able to have at least an average game against the Lions. Just to be thorough, Kirk Cousins' bye week is week 12, and Brees faces the Panthers. Not a great matchup, but not a bad one either. Just about okay. Next pairing, Jameis Winston and Josh Allen. Now, the rest of these pairings are not going to be as safe as the first one. I'll tell you that right now. And this is a super risky one. Let's see if Jameis Winston steps up his game with Bruce Arians. We've seen flashes of him playing amazing. We've seen that spark. Like, he could be really, really good, but he's also been so bad. He's made stupid mistakes on and off the field. So let's see how we can do this year. So the floor is not too good. I'd put it like that, but his ceiling is very high, and Josh Allen is kind of a similar position. He's been very good. He gets those rush yards. He's got a way better team on the Bills because he did quite a bit last year without like really any receivers, and now that they've stepped up their receiving core and that team should improve, and Josh Allen is no longer a rookie, he should take a step forward. But still, we've only seen a small sample size from Allen. Nonetheless, when Allen is on bye, Winston is playing the Panthers, an okay matchup. And when Winston is on bye week 7, Josh Allen is facing the Dolphins, super sweet matchup. Not really too many horrible matchups where I would really consider benching a player. Maybe Winston at Jacksonville, but that's week 13. I don't even want to look that far. I don't know what's going to happen. Next pairing, Kyler Murray and Mitchell Trubisky. When Mitchell Trubisky has a bye week, week 6, Kyler Murray faces the Falcons. A dome game. Matt Ryan should be able to score a lot of points. That screams shootout to me, or at least Kyler Murray needs to be running with the ball and throwing the ball. A lot of pass attempts to play catch up to the Falcons. So a lot of opportunity for Kyler Murray that week. And when Kyler Murray has a bye week 12, Trubisky faces the Giants. Pretty sweet matchup. this is a very good pairing if you're interested in these two quarterbacks. Trubisky, I'm kind of like, he's okay. Good for a QB2. I'm very high on Kyler Murray. I'd be shocked if Kyler Murray doesn't finish top 12, and I expect him to finish top 10. Look, if he gets just 640 rushing yards, what is that? Extra 4 points, fantasy points per game from just the rushing yard stats, not even rushing touchdowns. So I think Kyler Murray is going to be really good this year. My only concern with Kyler Murray is injury. He's very small, and will he be able to stay healthy for 16 games? Other than that, I know what I'm getting into. He's going to be inconsistent. They're going to be throwing the ball a lot, and I expect them to get a decent amount of rush yards. Next, pairing Kyler Murray and Josh Allen. Another risky. You guys like the risky ones, right? Week 12, Kyler Murray's on bye. Josh Allen, week 12, is facing the Broncos. Not a sweet matchup, but I wouldn't say it's horrible either. So it's a bad matchup, but not super terrible. And then Josh Allen, week 6, he is on bye, and same as Trubisky, so Kyler Murray would face the Falcons. These don't have to line up perfectly. They just have to kind of make sense, right? So if Kyler Murray, you get him late, and then Josh Allen slips for some reason, this is not a bad pairing. The last one I did with Trubisky was probably better because Trubisky goes way later than Josh Allen and Kyler Murray, so that's a pairing that's actually really easy to get. Josh Allen and Kyler Murray won't be that easy to get, and it's kind of risky, but still is a decent one. And this last one is super easy to get and would not be recommended in a 10-team league. This is more for deeper leagues or leagues that just for some reason the draft goes just berserk and overvalues quarterbacks early. You can easily get this pairing, and it matches up pretty well. Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson. When Josh Allen is on bye, Lamar Jackson faces the Bengals. I like that. That's 1 week I feel comfortable starting Lamar Jackson. I definitely do. Both of these guys have some pretty sweet matchups overall. And let's see, when Lamar Jackson is on bye, Josh Allen faces the Eagles. Not a good matchup. Look, the Eagles defense, they took a huge step back in 2018, but they might take a step forward in 2019. So I'm not, just because it's green here and they did bad last year, I'm not going to say it's a sweet matchup. I'll just say it's an okay matchup, or it's not terrible. Maybe like kind of how the Broncos was. Now, for those of you memesters out there, you can say more like this is RBBC, because a lot of memes are calling Lamar Jackson a running back, and some memes are calling Josh Allen a running back as well. Well, those are my top 5 quarterback pairings, and one thing I noticed while doing this research, Josh Allen and Kyler Murray are very easy to pair up, and it makes sense. These guys are not going in the top 9. Kyler Murray's often going in maybe around number 12 quarterback, something like that. Josh Allen, going much later, like 14, 15, 16, way later in the draft. So I'm just going to leave these names up there, and if you're thinking about drafting Josh Allen or Kyler Murray, it makes a lot of sense to get a quarterback too, because whether it be injury or we just haven't seen these players play much, or in Kyler Murray's case, we haven't seen him play at all in the NFL. So it's a good idea to invest decently in a second quarterback. Or if you're drafting, let's say, Drew Brees, you could go with Josh Allen. That probably doesn't make too much sense unless Josh Allen falls a lot. Every draft's going to be different. So I'm sure there's a draft where you get Drew Brees in round 8, and then Josh Allen falls all the way to round 13, and you're like, hey man, might as well get my quarterback too, be set for the bye week. I just want to reiterate that QBBC, or quarterback pairings, is not the strategy to go after all the time. It's not even a big strategy, but I love doing videos like this because I find it interesting, I find it fun, and I think it's helpful. If there's something out there that's going to help you win your league and increase your chances by 0.5%, then I say might as well do it. Hey, whatever's going to give you an advantage to win. And a lot of you out there, like me, do more than one draft. So in one draft, okay, you got Andrew Luck, you're set. In another draft, okay, you got a quarterback, you're set. You don't have to worry about a QB2. But in another draft that's overvaluing quarterbacks, and you're like, okay, I got, Kyler Murray or someone like this, it's good to know which quarterbacks pair up with other ones. It's good to know which quarterback has certain bye weeks, so you don't get 2 quarterbacks with 2 bye weeks. so it is helpful, but just don't get too excited. I hope this video didn't hype you up too much where you're like, oh, I'm doing quarterback by committee. Like, no, don't just go after it and blindly do QBBC. That's not what this video is for. Leave a comment below and let me know who your sleeper quarterback is. Mine is Kyler Murray, by the way. Make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel by hitting this white couch icon over here. We also have a second YouTube channel, Fantasy Couch Podcast. Subscribe to that as well. Let me know if you liked the video by hitting that thumbs up. If you didn't like it, hit that thumbs down. It's all good. And I'll see you on the next video.